All right, so here we are back again. Happy Monday to you guys and gals. Happy Monday, everybody. Want to welcome everybody back on a Monday morning. And you know what we do every Monday morning, right? We kill time. I'm kidding, obviously. We do a little bit of that. Every Monday morning is always the same. And this Monday morning was one of those Mondays that you could just kind of see coming a mile away, wasn't it? What did we know happened this morning? What happened this Monday morning? Contract rollover. But only half the markets rolled over. Red flag number one. What was the other clue? It was a Monday without any major news. Ooh, right? Another big red flag. So we get a Monday without much news. We're coming out of one of the first weekends of the summertime. So you can imagine traders out there may be a little bit distracted by the new summertime environment they have. And then I think the big thing was this morning, you got to imagine yourselves, you're a ninja trader. What are you doing on a Monday morning to anticipate for all the volume on contract rollover? You're changing over to backup servers. And these backup servers, I think, is what caused a lot of the sluggish loading of charts this morning. It caused a lot of the concerns we had this morning, right, regarding these big gaps in our price action today. So for the most part, we came in this morning and we knew right away today, let's be patient. Monday mornings are always going to be like this, but today was a day that we knew even more. We needed to be really careful and really patient today. Now, we had a fantastic day today, and we talked about how a little bit of this was because we didn't overtrade early in the morning. Okay, it's much easier to make money when you're not trying to dig yourself out of a hole, right? And that's one of the first things we try to avoid on a Monday morning, is digging out of a hole by overtrading too early in the morning. And then, of course, looking at our results today, guys, over 200 ticks of profit, you think we picked up on a little bit of personality here a little bit? Notice every trade is short. Every trade is the same pattern. This does not happen very often, but it happened this morning. You'll see not every trade was a big easy winner, and not every trade really went easy. There were a number of these trades that took quite a while for it to really play out. So this morning, we know this morning that we quickly picked up on an easy bit of market personality. And I just want to remind you guys here before we go talking about these trades we took today, if you're a guest right now in this trade room, or if you're watching this later in the day here on the blog, just please be aware there's risk out there in these markets. Our members are properly trained on managing this risk, and today is a good example. We're going to go over this today in training with members in real time, going over anything from entry patterns to our trade management to our trading plans. Today in training, we're talking about managed accounts. So this morning, we know dangerous environment getting involved any day of the week if you're not properly trained. So please be careful out there. And we look forward to training each and every one of you guys as members every day in our private members-only trainings. Okay, so now you guys know how to get more help and what we're doing here this morning. So something happened out here to tell us to get short. What was it? What gave us all of this? What gave us this big clue? How do we know? How on earth did we know that everything this morning would be short? We must have ESPN or something like that, right? We must be able to tell, what is it, tarot cards or magic pixie dust? No, nonsense. Two big clues. First clue, let's grab the Russell. We made a bunch of money on the Russell today. Russell and Crew were our two favorites today. Let me show you guys for a second what we found on Russell today. Actually, you know what? Let's go to the dollar first. Because the dollar, this was what we found first this morning. And before we go jumping to a live chart, see, I'm not going to cheat by using hindsight. I could easily go in and use a live chart right now where I could use hindsight and everything looks great. But in all reality, though, we made the decision to get short today at about 7:45, 8 o'clock this morning. And you're going to see it right here on my dollar prep, right here. So open up that faster time frame here, and this was the first clue we got today. This was the clue that told us that we needed to be getting short. And basically what happened was it's a bullish dollar channel. You can see a big bull channel here on the dollar. That's pretty obvious. Bullish channel on the dollar means dollar should keep rising, obviously. But here, there's two more things, though. Two important things. First of all, there's a big gap. Now, we've heard of these things called gaps before. What do gaps usually mean? Well, gaps will mean two things. If a gap happens during the week, it means I'm missing data and I need to reload my chart data. because we use 24-hour charts. We do not use gaps. We will not see gaps in our charts during the week. But if a gap occurs over the weekend, you can see there was one down here too, right? There was another gap here over the weekend before. Okay, every once in a while there'll be a gap. And that gap is between the close on Friday and the open on Sunday. It's the only time that we do not have any price action because we use 24-hour charts. So the gap tells us over the weekend there is really a gap. It's not a fake out gap. It's not missing data like we would assume it would be if it was during the week. So the gap is there. What is the second clue? Second clue is the previous low of day, right? The previous low of day, that's the low from Friday. So two clues in the dollar, the gap and the previous low of day, magnets bringing it higher. Dollar going higher. That was the first clue. Okay? So first clue was dollar going higher. And clue 1A was the gap. Clue 1B